Here we are. We just shot an amazing scene for the Melon Drop. The one and only Kevin Murphy, the man that started the Melon Drop right here at CW23. How did this happen?
We had nothing to do on New Year's Eve. Well, we had a studio. We had like a budget of about $3. And we've been doing
So it's similar to our budget now.
Probably, yes. We've been doing these fake news programs called 15 Minutes. Jim Mallon and I at Channel 23, and a lot of the people who are actually still here at CW, or at least the engineer, what's his name again?
Steve Lundy.
Steve!
Yep, he's the man.
I'm sorry, I forgot your name.
Ed Johnson was here too, and he's still making this happen. He actually killed the CW Frog last year.
Wow.
It was kind of tragic.
Holy cow.
We're all still trying to get through that.
So it truly was, we thought we'd have a special, you know, you've got a TV studio. We had all this stuff and we wanted to play with it.
Yeah.
And I don't know where, we pulled the Melon Drop thing out of thin air. I mean, it might have been inspired by David Letterman trucking things off the roof of his building way back at Sullivan Theater. But other than that, it was just a lark, and we had a news anchor, Bob Bag of Donuts.
Bob Bag of Donuts right here.
And so we decided to make a special out of it, and it was lots of fun, and it got noticed by some people who were watching, you know, channel flipping on New Year's Eve, and so we did it 3 years in a row, and it was great fun.
And we brought it back last year. The only thing that was missing was Bob Bag of Donuts, and you can't really do the Melon Drop without it, so we got you back now.
Here I am.
And that's what you're doing here, so we just shot that, so make sure you watch the Melon Drop so you can see Bob Bag of Donuts revived and back for more. And we all have a claim to fame here. We tell everybody that when they ask where we work, we tell them it's where Mystery Science Theater started. So you were one of the founders of Mystery Science Theater 3000. How did you guys start that?
Joel came to the station saying he had an idea for a show, and he had sort of the basic rough outline that would become Mystery Science Theater. This guy trapped in space, forced to watch bad movies by a mad scientist. He's helped by his robot pals to get through the movies. And from there, we just took what we knew about TV, Jim Mallon and I, and shaped it into a show. And Trace Ballou was one of the puppeteers, and Josh Weinstein. They were both friends of Joel's. And that was it. And we had truly, I think Josh and Trace got $25 a week per show if we were able to write the checks, because things were pretty grim then. And we would write the show in the morning, shoot it in the afternoon, and then we had to clear the decks because at 5 o'clock we had to turn the cameras around to shoot Saturday night at ringside.
Okay, which is
It's a tight budget.
also a very important show. But so now what are you doing? You're doing riff tracks, right?
Doing riff tracks.
Tell us about that.
Riff tracks has been around. Riff tracks sort of grew out of Mystery Science Theater after the show ended. Bill Corbett and Mike Nelson and I were looking for ways to work together. And we tried various different things. And Riff Tracks was the one that stuck because it's sort of the tradition of Mystery Science Theater, only brought to the internet, where you can now do it streaming rather than a broadcast thing. And we can make fun of anything we want to. We do the old classic shorts and the cheesy old movies, but we also do new movies. One of the most popular offerings on Riff Tracks is our riff of Twilight.
Okay.
So it's just sort of in that, it's sort of bringing it, taking the puppets away and bringing it into the 21st century. Is sort of what we did.
Yeah, I was a little offended because I'm a big Vanilla Ice fan, and I saw Cool as Ice was one of the shows that you guys ripped on, and I watched a little bit of it. But hey, that's a great show. So apparently you guys are ripping great movies too.
Thank you. It's good to know. Wow.
Yeah. So Mystery Science Theater is also coming back, right?
Mystery Science Theater looks like it's going to come back. They're having a successful Kickstarter right now with an entirely new cast, and I wish them all the best of luck.
And as we talked about before, Mystery Science Theater is now on Netflix and everything, so people, like a new generation is coming in, consuming, learning about the show. I mean, what does that mean to you
it's really
to have
cool.
a show that doesn't...
It's really cool because we do these live shows now where we shoot in Nashville and then it's beamed across the country. We've got one coming up in December. Oh wait, it did come up in December. It's over now because this is live.
No, this will probably air like soon.
Oh hell, okay, fine. Well, it's coming up December 3rd. Check your local theater listings. Riff Tracks Live, Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny. I get to do a plug, right?
Absolutely. And December 3rd is also the day we're shooting the live portion of the Melon Drop.
Wow.
So they'll be competing.
Perfect.
And it is live, guys, in case you're trying to figure that out.
Absolutely, 100%
don't think too hard.
live. So now I forgot what your question was.
I don't know. I think I was just saying, how does it feel to have done a show that's kind of trans?
Great.
It's just,
that's right. Yeah.
I mean, it's still hitting people and still working and
people
not
come into the
going
show.
anywhere.
People come into our live show and they bring their kids, and they're wearing, like their Mystery Science Theater shirts. and the kid is wearing a shirt from like The Room, which is one of our Riff Tracks offerings. It's done really well. So it's sort of, it truly has passed from one generation to the next, and it's great.
And we actually have a very great example of that because my co-host Katie, who's right over here, her boyfriend and their first date was watching Mystery Science Theater 3000, and she knew when he pulled that show out, this is a good guy. This is a keeper.
And
so what do you
still
think?
Together even because of that? Wow, that's fantastic.
So
I'm touched.
So I think you're responsible for this love. You're just shooting love out in the air.
I appreciate it.
All right. Well, Melon Drop 2016. Should people watch?
Abso-friggin-lutely. Watch Melon Drop 2016 with Jon Foss and Katie. I don't know your last name. Andres.
That's
great.
right.
They're both great. I watch them every night. You're on every night?
At your place, because you probably just have us on like your DVR.
Right. Watch it.
Do it. Melon Drop 2016.